On this gray morning, in an effort to keep these tour blogs going, I found myself a fairly quiet place, which is rare, to just speak my mind a little bit and sort of bring this thing up to speed, this crazy journey we're on. The past week and a half or so, I've just been feeling it, just absolute exhaustion. Not just, physically, but mentally as well. I don't care who you are, if you're out on the road for 5-6 weeks at a time, in a bus with a bunch of people, having to perform and be on, it takes a lot out of you, especially if you're a raging empath like myself. You tend to take on people's energy, and you're affected by it. But as I've said many times before, I see that very much as a blessing as well as a curse, and something that makes me who I am. I can't change it, so I've done my best to just live with it and roll with it. So that being said, I've been sleeping a lot, probably more than I should. But sleep is also the best thing you can do for your voice. And I've definitely been taking care of myself as best I can. Trying to be a little sociable, but also the main thing of these shows. The shows are everything. If the shows don't go well, then nothing goes well. And those, 22, 23 hours aside from the show, that's the real challenge, is what do you do with your mind, your head, your energy, your space. So, yeah, I've been playing playing video games in my bunk, watching movies, and doing a lot of sleeping. I got out for a walk this morning here on a day off, and it felt really good. Felt really good just to get out and breathe. And of course, throughout all these blogs, I always mention gratitude, because you can't help but have that out here. The fact that I can continue to do this at my age, and have these shows be as good as they've been, and every band just playing great and having a good time on stage, and the audiences have been amazing. But there's always that looming melancholy that I think anybody feels who's not numbing themselves away with alcohol or drugs or whatever. And I haven't been doing that. I've had my days of moderation where I have a few drinks, but gone are the days where I numb and run. So I'm fully present to the moment and present to the way that I feel. So with all the joy and triumph and gratitude comes this underlying melancholy that runs through my blood. And I've been using it to write for the most part, but again, this past week and a half or so, I've just been out of it, just tired, seeking solace, wanting to just have quiet. And you get used to that hum of the bus generator. That becomes your quiet. That industrial hum is so soothing. And it's funny how you get used to sleeping on a moving vehicle, even knowing that you're driving through snowy mountain passes and hitting rumble strips in the middle of the night. There's a real trust, and I guess a bit of apathy you kind of have to force yourself to sleep and relax and, get a good night's rest if you can on a moving vehicle. Always fascinated by that, because I never used to sleep that great, but lately I've been doing a good job of that. So yeah, the shows have been great. Every band's been amazing. Still having awesome moments on stage with the boys and interacting with the audience members, seeing really interesting things. And it's something too, I try to be present to the moment, but still remember to sing the songs and live inside the lyrics. What a journey. We're looking at about 2 weeks left on this one. And as much as it's, going by quick now, it feels like we've been out for months. And it's the days off when it catches up to you. The last day off we had, I couldn't even stay awake. I was so shot, so tired. I'd get up just to eat and go to the bathroom and just sleep. But today feels different. Today feels nice. And it's nice to be able to sit here and write music that you're hearing in the background and just speak and show you some images from the road. Speaking of images, the desert images you're seeing from a day off that I had, it feels like weeks ago now, where I took myself to the Mojave Desert and just kind of wandered around. And I found this old lava tunnel, climbed down it, and the light was absolutely brilliant and beautiful. It just felt like magical. And that was probably my favorite day off so far. To be able to jump in a car and hit the road and have that open road in front of you, play my own soundtrack, or just sit in quiet and listen to the wind. And I'll never forget there was a moment when I was out there standing amidst these sand dunes, and the wind died down and all I could hear was the ringing in my ears. That slight tinnitus that you get as a performer. And it moved me almost to tears. Just to have quiet. It's something we don't have a lot of in this world, all of us. Constantly surrounded by technology or loved ones or friends or children or news or social media blaring at us to be afraid of one thing or the other, and just getting caught up in that twisted web of distraction from our own lives, from being present to our own lives. And I think that's my biggest lesson that I've learned these past few years, even especially during this pandemic when I had nothing to do really, was to be present, to sit within your insecurities, your pain, your doubts, your fears, whatever they may be. Sit with them, digest them, process them, and hopefully move past them. But for some of us that we can never move past them truly, they stay with us like an albatross, like a burden on our backs. And for some people that defines us. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I think we all need to learn how to move through our issues, through our pain, to learn how to grow, to become a better human, not just for the world, but for yourself, to learn how to love yourself. And it sounds like a fairly cheesy or new agey thing to say, but it's so true. Without self-love, we can't truly love somebody else, at least the way that they probably deserve to be loved. But that's a whole other story, a whole other rant I could go on. As always, thanks for listening. If I think anything else to share, I will. I just wanted to jump on this little microphone in the back lounge of the bus on my little recording program and just say hello and speak my mind and have you guys along for this journey, whether it just be audio or visual or whatever the case may be. It's a pleasure sharing, especially knowing those out there who appreciate it and are along for the ride. Take care of yourselves. Be compassionate to everybody as much as you can muster. Learn to love yourself, and don't let the fear overtake you. All right, my friends, until next time, I'll see you out there on the road. Peace.